Here we are. Welcome, ladies. I'm super excited to be here with you today. What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday. My name is Becky LaFave, better known as She's in Charge of Business. I am your organic lead gen specialist to empower you, right, on this beautiful world we like to call social media and build that business that you absolutely love. And today we're talking about attract more perfect buyers that are willing to spend less time. We want to spend less time on social media. So if you're with me and you want to more, build more buyers, but spend less time, because let's face it, I don't know how many of you love to spend all day on social media, but it is a definitely love-hate relationship around here, because I love what I get to do, but I don't love spending all day on it. I love having my own life. I love having my family and doing the lifestyle that we built, right? And that's why it's so important that you learn the ways so that you don't feel like you have to live on social media all the time. Because I don't know about you, I had felt that way for a very long time. And if you agree with me, drop in and let me know. Also, 8 months ago, I lost all of my social media. And so, I thought, if I'm actually going to come back online and do this thing and teach women really how to build their business, I'm going to do it differently, right? So I also hired a mentor, and I went through this process because I had saw somebody else living the life that I want to live, not on social media, actually doing the things that I love to do most, is my time, family time, and living a lifestyle that I want to live. And so it was so important that when I was learning this, that I would come and teach you, because if you felt the same way, you'd want to do the same thing. And so I'm actually going to be teaching this method this coming Tuesday, September 12th. I'm calling it the qualifying method to leads and sales, because in the last 8 months, my total business has changed, and I want to show you how to do the same thing. But today I want to give you a formula that works. And the formula that works, and it's actually important because we all know that we have to have our profit producing activities. And so but there is a formula, a roadmap, and how we want to reverse engineer our structure of how we want it to look like online on social media. And so that's how we're going to talk about it today, because with this structure brings more freedom, brings more impact, and that's what we're all about. We're about freedom in our lives, but impacting our message that we want to get out there and create in our life. And so sometimes, let's face it, sometimes our plan produces right away, and sometimes our plan, right, is being watered, is being seeded out there. So it's not an instant gratification all the time, but it's important that we have it. Okay, so the formula is just this: set a goal, batch, and schedule. Yep, set a goal, batch, and schedule. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how you can do that. Okay, most people come to social media and they think about what they're going to post to get likes, engagement, or comments, right? Like, that's not why we come to social media. So we're going to talk about that today, because we really want to get really specific. So number one, specific with our goal. What is our goal? And what is the goal to whatever it is that you're selling? Okay. So what is the product or service or program, right? Like, I have coaching programs, but I also have products that I sell as well in my program. So, you want to think back, reverse engineer, what is the product or program that you're selling? And then I want you to sit down and figure out and build your social media around that, right? We're not just throwing anything up. If you really want to sit down and do this, so you reverse engineer that goal, it's really going to support you on your business plan. Okay, so set it up for 7 pieces Okay, 7 pieces of content if we're going to do a week. Now, I do a month out. I can even do my entire year out, but things do shift and change as we go. But I do have an entire year planned. Okay, so that might seem a lot to you, depending where you're starting in your business. So at least batch out 7 days so you're not feeling like you're living on social media, right? Batch out 7 days or do a month. 7 days should literally take you about 60 minutes, and I'm going to show you how. And if you're doing a month, it might take you 90 minutes, but you can get this done and batch it out, right? You can get it done and batch it out. So it can be so much faster. So in your 7 days, this is what you're going to do. Okay. You're going to write out 7 topics. Now you're not going to sit down and write out one by one by one, because what happens is our brain gets too overwhelmed, and we won't do it. So I typically will write out 7 topics of what's going to be the end result that I'm looking for, right? Selling the program, selling whatever it is, because we're here to make a profit and impact others along the way. And so what is the topic? Okay. What do you want to share that relates to the goal, right? Relates to the goal. And what is the benefit of you selling? So you want to think about those things as you're writing out your topics. Now, typically, you want to come up with different ways, obviously, to talk about it. You don't want to just constantly be talking. You want to come up with different ways of talking about the one topic that you're selling on. Okay. So you want to find 5 business posts for the week. Yeah, business posts for the week. So, and like I said, different ways of talking about it. And then typically 2 of them that shows your lifestyle, things like this. So 5 typically, when it comes to business, it could be testimonials. It could be on your live broadcast training about X, Y, and Z. So you are the expert, right? And supporting so they can join your program, use your product. Maybe, bringing somebody else in that has been one of your clients, anything like that, anything that revolves around what you're sharing. Okay. And then, like I said, you want to have some lifestyle, because people just don't want to follow somebody that's talking about business all the time. They want to see, are you living the lifestyle that you're doing, right? Like, they look up to you. What is it that you're sharing? Whether it's a weight loss product, what is it? Are you working out? Are you eating right? Are you doing all the things that you are promoting? What is it that you have? What is the benefit, right? You always want to think in that terms. Now, that is your entire roadmap for the week or the month or the year, however you want to look at it. But here's the thing. It comes to schedule now, right? So we have a goal. We now are batching our content, and now we're going to schedule. But before we schedule, I want you to think about when you are setting this up. It can be super simple, right? When you're batching, you want to keep it in a hard copy. Okay. So for the longest time, I didn't do this. I would just keep it on a notepad, a note in my phone, however you want to do it to keep it organized. But it's really easy if you put it on a Word doc in Google, something like that, that becomes your hard copy. So if you're hiring out a VA to schedule your things, you already have this hard copy. That way it's automatically yours. Okay. It's not your VA's doesn't have control of it. It's actually your hard copy, because let's face it, we can all repost. We can all repost a lot of the things that we're talking about, because if you're running the same business for so long, you have different ways of talking about it. You can actually repost, so you don't have to come up with reinventing the wheel again. So you want to make sure that you have that. And then, of course, as you're living your life, you're doing your lifestyle, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time, because somebody doesn't even know what they did yesterday, let alone what you did yesterday or last week, right? Let's face it. We all are living busy lives. So you want to make sure that you do that first and foremost. That's so important. So scheduling. So like I said, you can put it in a Word doc. You can put it in a CRM, which is Trello, which I use a lot, is Trello. I love Trello, but you can put it in any CRM. Now, you can be as simple as putting it on a Word doc. That way you can follow along, and then you can go back to it. So however you do it is that you are staying accountable to yourself and staying consistent to doing it. That's the most important piece, is consistent, right? Our business isn't going to run if we're not consistent. Let's face it. Okay. So that's also the next thing I want to talk about that's so important is having a call to action. Having a call to action is one of the most important things on there. A lot of my clients will come to me and say, I'm not getting a lot of this or that. And I look at what they're putting out there on social media, and they don't have a call to action. They don't know how to work with you, right? Maybe the call to action is getting my DMs. If you have a lead magnet, grab this lead magnet. So guess what? Now you're building your email list. So you have two things now that's working for you, but one entity that you actually own. Because let's face it, we don't own this, right? But we can get in more people's faces. Really, I call it faces because off of your email list, they're more opt in your email list a lot of times than they're going to find you on social media again. You know, we have this 3-second brain anymore that's zipping in and out. And so you want to make sure, or your call to action is to have a call with you, right? Maybe it's just a consult call with you. You can keep it really simple, but you want to have a call to action because you want to put that person in action. And unfortunately, they're not just going to go, oh, let me DM her. They don't know what to do. Right? You have to offer it up first. So make sure that you're doing that. So make sure that you have a plan for the week to set yourself up for success so that you're not living on social media, that you actually are living your life. That's how you're going to build your business if you're like me and don't want to live on it 24/7. Okay, so you want to make sure you have a plan, work it backwards to what you're selling. And let me remind you before we leave for the day that I'm having a masterclass. This is complimentary. I've never run this masterclass before. It is actually what I've been doing to build my business and bringing on more clients into my program is called the qualifying method. Now, you don't want to miss this. Make sure to drop in masterclass if you want to join the masterclass. Okay. This will only be up for a short amount of time. I don't know if I will be charging on this later, but for right now, it's complimentary. So you don't want to miss it. All right. Thanks so much. And make sure to go out there and take charge of your life. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.